to, I mean, I don't even know what we want to call it, the ticks or whatever. An advancement or
Yeah, advancement points.
an insight or something. I don't know.
Insight.
Insight check.
But yeah.
Gotta hit rank 3. Get your 2 attacks per round.
Yeah, right.
Joke's on you, I am rank 3.
Every word that was used in L5R is directly related to L5R.
That's right. Pretty much.
All right. So we'll do that, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it so that last session was worth 5 points.
So
5 points, or is that not enough?
2 additional.
That would be like 10 a week. 10 a week, 3 weeks seems like a lot to go up 1 fucking level.
Well, so are we going to put it into Nomad, or are we going to put it into the skills that are directly affected by our class? Because, like, mine is driving shit, so 10 is a lot for one of them, but for me, that's not a whole terrible bunch, because everything for mine is ×2, or something like that. Or it can get expensive.
We're talking
quickly.
about for raising roll ability.
Oh, then yeah, that's fine.
Raising roll abilities, that's a double, right? So if you're going from
No,
like 4 to 5, you have to have
10 points.
Oh boy,
times
doesn't
six.
know. This boy doesn't know.
right? I know it's different than everything else. It's really
Like
dumb stupid.
×6?
It's ×6, I think.
Oh my god, really?
Don't
Mhm.
do that.
Yeah.
Never
roll
leveling
abilities
up.
are nuts.
Well, that's why
Yeah,
I'm trying to make a better system for leveling up. I may have to give you like 8 points a session or something like that.
Sure, it's
Let me
×6.
find it. Where's that section in getting it done?
I don't know. I'm looking for it myself.
My wife is singing Disney songs in the shower, and she just thinks that I can't hear her.
Which Disney song?
That one, the one she was singing was the Sleepless song from the new Aladdin movie. The one that, the new Jasmine song.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Can't find it now. Convoluted book.
Yeah, no doubt.
Ah, there we go. 411.
411.
Yeah, under the running cyberpunk section, spending improvement points. Yeah. Roll ability rank improvement.
Yeah, 1
Yeah.
point is 60 points.
Fucking bonkers, dude.
Well, also remove the 10, but like 6 points for the first rank.
But everybody starts off with 4 already, right? So you
Right.
just jump to the 5, which is 30. 30
That's 5
points.
times 6, right? Goes to
Yep.
30.
Mhm.
Yeah. God, you'd never level up if you didn't hand out, 10 points a session.
Tremendous amounts of XP, yeah.
Right, and if you're trying to actually like let people level up, this is the reason I have this system like in mind. If you're just handing those points out to try and get people's improvement or roll ability up, what do you do when one person's like, I don't really care about my roll ability, I just want to have a handgun 10, evasion 10, fucking you
Yeah.
know, martial arts 10, and then I just want to vape everybody who fucking comes along.
I'm not
Because
going
a
to
lot
play
of
my
roll
role.
abilities aren't that great. I mean, they're cool, yeah, for sure, but like a lot of them you don't need at 10.
Yeah,
Yeah,
mine,
and I think
for
for what
instance.
solo being able to shirk off, I think it's like 5 damage at the max level isn't really gonna save your life.
Yeah, and the Nomad ability, like, you could take that to get the free car. And then you're just like, I'm going to play a Nomad that doesn't live the Nomad lifestyle. I'm going to carry a big-ass gun and basically be a fighter with a car.
Right, or you're
Yeah.
like, I'll steal whatever car I need.
Yeah,
Right.
like,
Yeah.
that's what is it? You're playing as a role player, not a role player.
Yeah.
Min-maxing.
But yeah, so my idea is to give you guys enough to whereas that doesn't seem like it's too much, but I want to like kind of pace it out in a decent way. Dante came up with the idea for the milestone thing also, which I guess we could do that. But milestone seems arbitrary, and it also seems like you're all advancing at the same time, like community level ups.
So,
Which
like,
I guess I'm not against it if you guys are more, if you want to go with more that route.
Is that more of a, like, you conclude a big job and we get a big, massive
Yeah,
jump
you
of
do
300
something
IP?
cool. Well, I mean, you do something cool, and then I just say everybody's roll ability goes up by 1.
I gotcha.
Oh,
Scatter
I
the
would be
power of
against that.
friendship.
Myself, I'm against that. I will say I do not want that. I will do
Anybody
it, but
else?
I don't want it.
I would much rather it be more individualized.
Okay,
Well.
that's kind of what I thought. So, my idea now is to give you guys a lot of experience, but to make it so that you want to bank those for your roll ability rather than just spend them on skills like going up. So here's my. We talked about it a little bit. So what I want to do to make it more attractive is if you actually wait out and get your ticks up to your current level, it's going to make the next ability point, the next purchase of your next rank, probably half cost. What do you think? Is that too little?
No, it still makes it enough that it's like, oh yeah, even though I'm banking ticks, it's like it's still costly to rank an ability, or do I really want to save?
Right.
Well, I mean, at that point, honestly, wouldn't it just make more sense to, instead of upgrading your roll ability be times 6, just change to upgrading your roll ability times 3?
Or that would be how it would work in practice with the ticks, but you still have to get your roll ability there.
Right, no, but I'm just saying, well, but you don't often, like, you're not just like, oh, I'm gonna roll my roll ability, right?
Right, it's not going to come up that often, which
Or
is...
ever in the case of, like, myself.
Oh, no,
I
no,
mean,
no, no, no.
You're still
combat
cutting it
phase.
in half, though. It's...
No, no, no. The experience would not be gifted towards roll ability. Roll ability would be in practice. Roll ability would be what you are saving all of that extra experience that I'm giving you for, and you buy it at face value. So if you're going 4 to 5, still 30 points as usual. Anytime you roll a 10 on your ability, you don't get any ticks or anything like that. That's just for skills, and the purpose is to make skills cheap, so that like say you're raising your handgun to 6 or something like that. You know, instead of paying, what is it?
Times 3, I think.
Is it 12 points? It says here for typical IP.
For
Says-
typical skill it's double, basically. 1 to 2, 2 to 4, 3 to 6, 4 to 8.
Oh, see, I'm even using 2020's advancement system. Jesus Christ.
So if you want to go from 5 to 6, you have to spend 120 points or 12 points. If we're dropping to 0.
What a fucking convoluted system, guys.
Yeah.
Why?
And to me,
It's
like having
No,
to,
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing
times
that. It
2
doesn't make
times
sense.
3. Like, honestly.
Yeah, it's just fucking.
I mean, did he actually intend that players get like just random like assortments of IP for completing things as they're playing? And so
I
you're
think
gonna
every
get-
job you're supposed to get like 80 experience is just their idea.
well, it's supposed to be, it's based off of how
If
well
everything
the group was
goes
supposed
well,
to, yeah, if you ace the mission, you're supposed to get 80 IP.
yeah, if you
but-
like blow it up,
Which
is
would be
basically
8.
the thing they're showing up there. Yeah,
for us, but
which would be 8.
But
See,
to
in the
me-
current system, the way I do it, because it makes more fucking sense, because it's, God, I hate the fucking designers of this book. So 4 to 5, excuse me, 5 to 6 in that previous example under the old 2020 system would be 6 points, right? Makes
Yeah,
sense. It's a
you
times
spend
1 skill.
Yeah.
A times 2 skill, now you're going 5 to 6 in like martial arts or something like that in the same example, would be double,
Well,
so it would be 12 points,
right.
not 24. They're just convoluting the points for whatever fucking reason. It's the same math, they just wanted bigger numbers. And I don't understand why.
And to me, the way
So
that
if we
you
take that leap,
Well,
if we
it's
follow
easier
the same
to-
pattern, then rollability is actually only times 3.
The reason
Because it
they
would-
have that patterning is because it's easier to assign like random assortments of 1 and 2 IPs here and there. 1 IP in the way that you're doing it now is very heavily weighted. 1 IP in their way of doing it is not very heavily weighted. Like it's like you can afford to assign like oh yeah, that's nice, dude. Take an IP in that. Like have an IP for this, do this. Like as you're fluidly playing the game, I think they're intending you to be assigning like 1 and 2 IPs like here and there
Oh,
sporadically.
you did a good face down. Here's 5 IP.
Well,
I don't
not
even know if
not
that's,
even
like-
5. I mean, I'm just like, I mean, that's what it seems like they're trying to build here. Like, there's no other reason to use mega numbers if you're not like just doing random assortments. Therefore, assigning 1 or 2 IP here and there is not a drastic, like it's not a drastic change in like the power quote of a player, right? Because I can do a lot with 2 IP right now. I mean, shoot, you can do a lot of 2 IP even in later games.
But yeah, if
Sure,
we're-
but it's also not like I'm handing them out like bennies in the last game,
yeah. But
Right,
if we
but I
drop,
think that's what they're intending with this weird point system they have rolling here. Is that
Is
there's
that
going
you're
to be
handing
some
it out
there's
a
going to be
lot.
there's going to be some kind of like IP dispersion on a like semi-regular basis. That's at least what it seems like to me that they're.
to me, that just seems like a lot of extra
It
work.
seems like a lot of extra work. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and a lot of bullshit on
And to-
their side.
The other thing is that like to me, I liked getting an IP when I rolled a 10 because think about it. Whenever you do a skill and you know that like it clicked, in our case, we rolled a 10 and the dice exploded. You remember what you did. So it's like this idea that every time you roll a 10, it clicked in your head, and at a certain point, the number of times that it clicks, it's like, okay, I've become better because it's clicked so many times. It's the 2,400 hours to be an expert kind of thing. So like if you roll 6 pins in handgun, give you the 6 points you need to get the next handgun level, that makes sense to me. Because
I mean,
you
in this-
expertly used a handgun 6 times.
Right. In the new proposed system, those clicks, I guess, would mean that like once you got to your skill in clicks or ticks, you half the experience that it cost. So
and that's-
going
I'm
from
fine
5 to
with-
6 on a normal skill would cost you 3 points instead of 6 points.
Right. And I'm okay with that. And then
Now
all
that
of your
also
and then
lowers-
all of your clicks go away. You start back at 0.
So now, if I'm not using this because I'm not using their ludicrous fucking inflated math, so what would be 6 times 3 would be 18. So you'd have to half all of these numbers here. I need to stop looking at that. So if it's times 3 for a roll ability, you'll need 18 points, meaning that if I give you 5 points a session, after 4 sessions, you'll have enough to raise your roll ability from.
by 1.
Well, actually, earlier than that, because let's see, 5 times 3 is 15, so 3 sessions at 5 experience, you guys could raise from 4 to 5.
Yeah. And then
Okay, that makes.
that goes from 3 sessions to basically 4, and then from 4 to pretty much 5. Like that curve is going to flatten because if
Yeah.
you still hand out the same amount of points, you know.
That's why I was saying I think they intended you to have like sporadic sprinklings of like small points here and there, and then like mega events assign mega IP. That's the only reason I can see like these hyper numbers. That it's the only thing that makes sense.
The inflated numbers. But the
Yeah.
other thing is that I don't think that they even account for that. If you read the things that give you experience, they've got this like axiom, but then they don't. I don't think they tell you anywhere that you should just be popping out players or like IP for role playing. They go, okay, now if they did all of this shit and they're this archetype, they get this much experience. And so using this axiom, you only get points when you finish the game session by what it looks like in here. So like either that's an unsaid thing that they're like, oh yeah, Mike just fucking hands out IP like candy or whatever, or it's an oversight. And mean-
I wouldn't put it past this book to be both.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you. This is the fucking.
It was
Like,
a good.
I've been
attempt.
playing Cyberpunk 2020 for 30 years, like not 30, but nearly 30 years, and it's the whole fucking time. It's been like you're always modifying the game system and tweaking it a little bit and making it play better with your group. It's like always been a thing. Every Cyberpunk GM knows this about our Talos games. The good ideas and just like lazy
Ideas,
execution,
poor
I think.
implementation.
The problem is that I don't think they've ever gotten big enough to hire enough people to be like, what the fuck, dude? You know? And I think that a lot of people, George Lucas, Mike Pondsmith, meaning that like nobody wants to tell them no because they're all happy to be drawing whatever paycheck they got,
Or they got
they're
their
married to
nose,
him, or they're his son. You know, like
or they got their nose so far up his ass they don't want to tell him no.
right, exactly. You know,
I
so I
would-
think that breeds kind of weakness in the system. I would be
So-
very critical of Mike Pondsmith if we had a talk.
So we just wait
Well, not of him,
until
but this game.
Cyberpunk gets bought by Disney, and then Mike Pondsmith takes it.
No, I mean, wait till the inevitable fucking Wizards of the Coast buyout, and then it goes to D20, and then we fucking just never play it again. Fucking
we go
hate
to it?
D20.
Then we go to a new
Oh,
system.
don't say that.
I know. Anyways, okay, let's get this. Let's put our tits on and get to fucking work, huh, boys?
Molly,
My
I
kids
need
are still
help.
in the shop.
Molly, I
Right.
need help putting tits on.
Explain, please. How do in morning?
Yeah,
How
how
do?
do I attach my boobs?
You
Are there
just close your
screws?
eyes and squeeze them till they feel right.
Aw,
Okay,
that's
I
kind of
mean,
nice.
that's how I do it in the morning.
that's great.
That must be why my chest is so flat. I never feel right.
Oh, the pain.
Is it
All right.
possible to have a concave chest?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes, the
Yep.
sunken
There's-
chest is real.
There's
The
people that have
depression.
been born without like the pectoral muscle, and it's just
Oh.
like a blob.
Or you could just be a real scrawny bitch.
That's probably. I'm both.
Yeah.
Well, I'm actually kind of fat right now. As I
Like,
eat
hey, you
brownie.
little bitch, you got treasure in that sunken chest?
Oh no!
Huh.
I'm gonna tit fuck it.
Oh wow, that's. Oh,
You can
I
eat
hope
this
you brought
pussy.
your own
She's a
Vaseline, 'cause
child.
That's gonna be bony.
Whoa. What about that game that we're playing? Ooh.
All right.
There's a coin over here.
All right, so it is currently about 4:30 or 5, I believe, on Tuesday, February 5th, 2092. You are currently in the Long Beach Towing Company's Hauling Association's office. And we have a roster of people here. I believe it's all of you guys. Then
Plus
it's going to be
Gabrielle Cross.
Daphne and Gabrielle
Yeah.
Cross.
What time did you say it was?
I think it's
About
4:30,
5 o'clock. Oh, no, no, we
4:35,
said,
if I remember correctly.
I think we were meeting at was it 6? I don't. You know what? I don't know that it super matters. But yeah, so we were there. We were looking at the. I got some some AR goggles, and we were.
I remember. I
over-
actually listened to the last end or the end
Okay.
of last session, but so I remember what we're doing. If you guys want to recap for you guys, just to be real quick, go ahead and talk about your augmented reality and what you found.
Oh yeah, so we were looking over what was there. We had a jacket, and we had cyber eyes, and we had a recorder. The missing component was obviously the data, and there was, when we were checking with the AR goggles, it mentioned that essentially that was taken as evidence.
Yep.
And the individual was badge number 2393.
Yep. Okay.
That's essentially like the big important piece of information.
In
There
part,
was
yeah.
something about a jacket that Hawk got working.
Yes.
Indeed.
But I don't remember what was on it. So
I do. Trying to get my stupid OneNote to open.
What was
There
the
it is.
badge? What was the badge number again? I meant to write that down last week. I forgot.
2393.
I'm still opening tabs because I was sitting there looking at the book. So give me a second.
Oh, and as a matter of fact, because my jacket has a holo display, I'm gonna take my jacket off, lay it on the table next to the other jacket, and link in my AR rig to it so that you can just look at the jacket and see what I'm seeing in the AR goggles.
Yeah, that's kind of neat. That's some cool threads, man. Cool threads.
Oh, do you have the
Worth every
soft
penny.
tech display?
Yeah.
Nice.
I have supple, soft, fake cow leather. Made from soybeans.
Soy
How do they
leather.
make fake cow litter from soybeans? That's so wild.
I make everything from soybeans. Best, dude.
Yeah. They make Chinese people from soybeans.
All right, that's a little racist.
But is he wrong?
No.
That's what makes it worse.
How tall are you, Hawk?
In game or real life?
Real life.
6 foot.
Oh no,
Yeah.
that's a big racist.
Yeah.
Oif.
They made Hawk out of soybeans too.
Soy boy.
Thank
Oh, I
you.
didn't even mean that.
I'm gonna unironically buy that shirt.
I just
What? It says soy boy.
Yeah, it's Eric from Internet Comment Etiquette. It's one of his pieces of merch.
There's one for the David Pakman show that says data mail. It's pretty
Oh,
fucking
wow.
good.
That's just edgy. We're gonna have
Yeah,
to have a
that's-
talk after this.
Okay, I have all my notes open. Probably not, but we'll take it as we go. All right, so you guys are standing there in the office at the moment, and you see distractions.
A middle-aged Chinese man.
You see Desmond take off the. Do you take the jacket off, or you just leave it on?
No, I take it off and throw it on the table.
Okay.
So that way nobody has to like follow me around the room as I examine stuff.
And yeah, he turns on the Softtech digital display, puts it in active mode, and hooks up the AR augmented reality glasses. Immediately, when you have the AR glasses on, you can notice that, or you can see that there's some sort of light fixture, some augmented reality fixture outside the front of the building. Probably part of the sign. Fairly common.
Yeah, maybe like a data key or something so that you can basically pocket the info for the building.
Yep. Anyways, what do you do with the AR glasses?
Right, so this was going over all the appropriate information. So this way, essentially, any of the information that we've learned thus far, right, from the AR rig, like the badge number, no, but I don't have to like be reading it out aloud. I can just go and look at it, and when I find something of note, and then other people can presumably be looking through the holo display at what I'm seeing, and then making their own determination about the information that we're uncovering.
Okay. All right, so I mean, you see the serial numbers and the different stuff that you guys found in the last session. I was going to have Spoonalot roll bureaucracy for the serial numbers that you found on the AR tagging dots.
And I had rolled a 10 before we ended the night, so I have a follow-up roll to do. $20.
10, 20, very nice. Okay. Looking at the serial number on that roll, you look at the serial number and your knowledge of like how the CMB works. The bureaucracy has like some standard ways that they utilize numbers in these serial codes. The last 3 digits of the like whole string are telling you essentially which police precinct these serial numbers go to. And diving a little bit deeper, you notice that there's a 2-digit like number in the middle of the serial number also. That's telling you that essentially the serial numbers all belong to locations, let's see here, that are inside Long Beach Police Department's West Division evidence lockup at 1400 Canal Street. I mean, it doesn't all say 1400 Canal Street, but you know that like that's where this evidence would be located. A quick search from your agent for the West Division lets you know what the street, Canal Street is.
Okay, so you were saying that 1400 Canal Street is the lockup of is where the evidence lockup is for all of this info, right?
Yeah, it would be where her personal possessions are. Now, Canal Street is right about here on the map. It's like right here is where the police department would be.
Okay.
And just so you know, like basically this whole strip, this whole center strip down to the waterfront, this is all like combat zone.
Oh, it's right near where. Oh wait, we don't officially live near the combat zone anymore, but that's where Padre is at. Is down in the combat zone.
Well, I mean, all the way up to fucking Signal Hill, it's combat zone. So.
Oh, so yeah, we're in a combat zone. All right, cool.
But going back to the main thing, the main map here, that's all this area down here. Over on the west side, that's where the police precinct would be.
Oh, okay, so that's I think that's the local precinct where me and my mom used to live.
Oh, down here?
Yeah.
Just circling the Lakewood Village.
I keep doing that.
Oh yeah, that's where you guys live. But
I live
basically,
where my 4 tires are is where I live.
yeah, right. From basically California Heights down to fucking Waterfront is like a large combat zone. Gang turf.
Oh, as in, okay, I'm following now. It's not like it's fucking torn apart in warfare and stuff like that, but rather the cops really don't go there because gangs will fight there.
As in, I can knock someone's head off with my revolver and nobody's going to contact the police.
Yeah, it's a bad place. There are cops to respond to threats that like have to be dealt with, you know, but for the most part, they're not going to risk their ass going into this area. The one exception is that down here, when you guys were at the protest, there was an old police precinct right there, which is like still active, and it's basically like a hub for Max Tac. And what's her name was being moved from that station to a pickup point, Erica Goodwin. But yeah, like most of the evidence and whatnot is taken over to that other location. So that's what you have learned from the AR tagging dots. The bureaucracy track involving the tagging dots.
Now that I have the location, can I roll a streetwise against that location? To see if we might be able to have contacts in the area that might be able to help us? Like, do I know
police
like
contacts?
A local cop? Either police contacts or like local gang contacts, anything like that. Like, if
I
we
have a
need
gang
backup
contact
or whatever. I'm just trying to see if I know anyone in the area, like whether police or other like or nefarious individuals or whatever. Just if there's anybody in my network.
I have a nefarious contact.
Who's that?
Dorada Bryce.
Oh. Yeah, you do.
Isn't that
He's not notorious. They're no longer notorious. They're, incorporated.
They wear black Nikes. They're notorious.
Oh my god, you don't know. You don't know, Sid. You just don't know.
All right, that was
Obviously.
hella toxic.
Speaking of Sid's contacts, am I fixing up Daphne or not?
What's wrong with Daphne?
That quick fix is gonna wear off sooner or later.
She needs surgery on her hand.
Oh,
I didn't know she got hurt. Yeah.
you got 4 hours to fix her up?
I figure my character's got 4 hours to fix her up.
I mean, or you can quick fix her until you do. Let me see. We got to figure out what we're doing with this scene and where we're going real quick before you start like dedicating 4 hours of time, because
So I
If you guys
asked.
decide to roll somewhere, you might want a quick fixer. But yeah, good point. Good bringing that back up.
So, where in relation to that is McKinney's?
McKinney's?
Yeah, the bar.
McKinney's, I said, was up in Poly High, wasn't it? Or no, that was 808.
Yeah, 808 is probably high.
808 is Poly High. I think McKinney's is probably going to be closer to your place. You live up in Lakewood Village, right? Or
Yeah.
Lakewood Mutual, like that kind of area. McKinney's probably over in Bixby Knolls then.
Like 6 o'clock, just making sure.
And Sid, I said that just so that I keep my consistency here. If I'm not mistaken, the Hauling Association is in California Heights, right?
Yeah, it's on the other side of the San Diego freeway because they wanted to be kind of out of the combat zone,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah. They're up on North End.
Yep. Near Bixby. I think it's actually off of Bixby Road.
Okay.
Is what you told me. I don't know why that's sticking out of my head, but it is.
Nope, that makes sense. That's about what I remembered. I just wanted to make sure I was, like, not forgetting. So, yeah, you guys are probably not too far from McKinney's right now, actually, anyways. So Gabrielle Cross says, so Fuse, what do you need to look at this jacket? Look at the info on this jacket.
Jacket's already been seen. It's already been fixed, and I know everything that's on it.
What'd you find?
So last session, you told me that it had an AC/heater collar, soft tech digital display, and geo body tracking motion recorder.
Ooh, what is
Oh,
on
she-
that motion
She says,
recorder?
yeah, about the motion recorder, like, do you have something to, I don't know, view the data with?
I don't have anything to view the data with. That's not really. I'd need some slightly better tech to plug it into and see what it has. I mean, we determined that this is being recorded to like a cloud somewhere, huh?
That makes sense.
So we'd have to figure out where she had her upload going to and either hack into it and find whatever it is that's on that database, or find out how she logs into it and take the information ourselves.
Daphne says, so how would we go about finding out where the data is being stored? I mean, it could be fucking anywhere, honestly, right?
No one even net runners?
In theory, yeah, we'd have to get a net runner or trace it. I mean, there's got to be some kind of something. I mean, did anyone know her more so than just like hung out with her once or twice, or knows where she lives? Anything like
Only every
that?
time I hung out with her, she got shot dead on the street.
Do we know where
By the
she
police.
lives?
I don't, honestly.
Well, she was now okay, so is she the one that's privately employed? Or not privately, but does it on her own terms, or is she the one that works for Channel 5 or whatever it's Channel
Stream 5
that-
Action News is Gabrielle Cross.
Cross,
Reuters,
okay.
Thomson Reuters company. The Reuters journalist was Erica Goodwin. That's whose jacket you've got.
Okay. So can we trace anything back from Reuters? Maybe.
Make a deduction roll for me, would you, Hawk?
Okay. Deduction. Even I am not. Yikers. 2, and I'm not trained in it, so
Okay, so 2 plus your stat. That's it.
int 9.
9. All right, that's actually good enough. So you know that working around inside the guts of the jacket, like the actual component that is part of the geolocator, you can actually figure out by testing with a tech scanner. It would basically be a difficult basic tech roll or a moderate cyber tech roll, but it would actually tell you based on the frequency what kind of broadcast it has to essentially tell you or give you a better idea of where to look.
Okay, so I can do.
Whether it's like transmitting to a net somewhere or to via like RF to like a dead drop that might just be a piece of tech somewhere or
Okay, so you said I
whatever.
could do which ones now?
Basic tech. It's going to be kind of difficult,
Okay.
kind of difficult role. It'll be easier with cyber tech. So let me look at the thing real quick.
Okay, so I will do cyber tech. And being that I am a techie, I can add my roll ability to this roll as well.
Okay, so yeah, you're looking for. It's going to be a 17 for basic tech or 15 for cyber tech.
We'll go in cyb. 7, that's pretty good. I'm liking
Nice.
that. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21.
Sounds like you got it. Okay. Checking over the like frequency, like you get the thing open. It takes you probably about 10 minutes to get all the components apart. As you like pull out the geolocator outside of the jacket and unscrew the housing, open it up, and then you pull out your tech scanner and start scanning like the frequency and the operational modes and whatnot. And based on the frequency, you're pretty sure that it's uploading via the local net to somewhere in the metaverse. A netrunner might be able to help you like locate where. Or actually, let me see relevant skills. Actually, a electronics role might give you, if you roll well, electronics might give you an idea of like the address that it's actually streaming to inside the metaverse.
Okay. I'll go ahead and roll it and see if I even come up first. That's 14. I don't know if I get to add on electronics rolls though. I can
Have a look at it.
I can scan around real quick.
I feel like electronics would probably be one of the ones you can add to.
Wrote down a quick sheet so I could get to my page. I think it is one though. I'm fairly confident, but I don't want to cheat the system.
Sure.
And of course, oh, there it is. Okay. Page 0. Skills. Am I just retarded? It has to be.
What are you looking for?
Looking for my actual.
Roll ability?
Yeah.
Mine's at page 162 for Nomad.
170 use. Okay.
It was probably before me because I think I'm
Yeah,
not the
I
last
got it.
one.
Okay, so. Oh, that's medtech. Oops. Sorry.
Yeah, one.
Okay, so I can add your rank to the specialty on basic tech, cyber, electronics, security, weapons. So yeah, okay. So I can add 4 to that as well.
What's your total then? 18?
So that comes out to be 18. Yes.
Okay. Let's see. You beat the 17 threshold. So, judging by the signal, if you just basically take the signal and let the tech scanner run for about a half an hour, it'll come up with the address for where in the metaverse it's being streamed to.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and start it on the run program and just let everybody know that we need a few minutes to let it hone in.
Okay, so while we wait for that, so that won't get us to the info that's actually stored in the police precinct, right?
I don't know
there-
that we need it.
Is
says
there a
Gabriel
way?
Cross.
Well, is there a way that
Look.
we could hack into it?
Into
I
what?
Well,
can
not
to a
if-
police
Not if
precinct.
it's literally just a data key sitting in a box.
Yeah, but they would have downloaded the information, don't you think?
Maybe.
Could be stored somewhere on a server.
So,
I'm gonna go
gentlemen,
ahead.
I was with Erica. She said that she needed me to get to her dead drop. We didn't get to finish it off because we were talking in the vehicle when it was rammed. But she was explaining everything that had happened. I didn't spend a whole lot of time with her, so I'm going off of like just guessing here. But she didn't say anything about getting back into lockup. She said to go to her, to go find her dead drop. If she knew that her dead drop was somewhere in the police precinct, I think she would have just said that. I think, honestly, the geo tracker on this, I mean, from what I understand, if we have the right augmented reality like app, I mean, you could just download on your agent and interface with this thing. We can literally go back to the last time that this was with her and follow her backwards using augmented reality, and literally have her like walk back to like the places she's been over the last day. This thing, from what I understand, shows like if you've got an AR rig, which we do. She points to the one that Dez has. It literally records her body movements. We can go watch them play back. At least we can see the jacket, you know, as it makes its way through town if we wanted to follow it that way.
I mean, that would be probably the most guaranteed fact of finding this. I mean, once I figure out where she's, you know, in the metaverse uploading this stuff to, then we've got to go there to some extent and pull that information. Can you do that with a with your new headset there?
No. I mean, if it's in the metaverse, you have to have a cyber deck and get into the metaverse and go grab it.
Well, then,
right? I mean, I'm not a netrunner, so I have no idea. But
I'm not either. I've just seen.
Daphne says the metaverse is accessible through Virus system. If we had one of those,
which we don't.
The metaverse isn't where netrunners fight or whatever. That's like the undernet. But like, the metaverse is just the strip. It's like a big advertising playground place in virtual reality. A lot of places have like physical addresses as well as virtual addresses.
So, I pulled a virtual address, correct?
Yeah.
The DM? Okay, so this is not a physical place that I'm going to actually be able to
no,
go
but
to.
It's what, like
but
an
it's like a
IP?
directory. Yeah, okay. So, that being said... So if we have access to it... Okay, I gotta think for a second.
Why don't we just do the body thing with the clothes and follow it backwards?
Well, that's probably
it's potentially slower than what
just
Fuse is up
finding
to.
out where it went to.
Yeah, it's potentially slower than what Fuse is up to.
Once I got it, though, can he use the augmented to be able to go to that address, like that quote IP or whatever we want to call it? Be able to do that, or is this just to be able like to plug in and view? Like, can he get on the internet with it? Is what I'm saying.
You can get on the internet, but it's not the same as virtual reality. So there's 3 layers, right? There's real reality, there's meat space. There is augmented reality, which is like you see with Google Glass, where you see like maps or whatever in real time. And then there's virtual reality, which is artificial. Yeah, and advertisements or art.
Even
or whatever,
more
and
advertisements in virtual reality.
Yeah, and then there's virtual reality. And now those are sometimes combined. It just depends. But the glasses that he's got are augmented reality, from what I understand, right? You spent $250, right?
Yep, bought the augmented reality.
The Zenkoji? Yep. Yeah.
So augmented reality is for like that local area, not achieving a farther.
Yeah, so
like
augmented reality
accessing
would be like Google Maps telling you to turn left on a street corner. right? When you're like standing on the
Okay.
street corner.
Augmented reality is a heads-up display that will give you extra information about reality in front of you.
Coincidentally, another thing that you can do with virtual reality is project yourself through the city net to somewhere in real space. So someone with an augmented reality headset could see your virtual reality avatar standing on a street corner and interact with you.
If you want to be seen from virtual, I assume.
So
right?
we just
Right.
need to find a way to get into the virtual then.
Yep.
I mean, is
And
there
there-
like is there
There
like
are
tech shops
arcades
or
you can
something?
go to.
Yeah.
There's arcades you can go to, and you can just rent out like a Vera system. You know,
Let's go to like a land cafe or something. If
can
that's
absolutely do that. Oh yeah, you can go to a fucking BD arcade and just rent some VR shit.
I think that'd be one of our best solutions. Let me figure out here after this program finishes running, and then we'll just run down there and rent something
Is there
out.
a mirror in here?
You
No,
say, is there
there's
a mirror in here?
bathroom.
Yeah, is there a mirror in the room?
No, there is a mirror in the bathroom though.
All right, I'm gonna go in the bathroom.
All right.
I'm just gonna make sure that my clothes is fitted correctly. I've been standing here for a minute, and it's like, it's still a couple of hours to the show. I know I might get a chance to get in before time, but it's sounding like I might be late. So I want to go and make sure I look good, or in case I have to run all the way there.
Okay. You gonna make a personal grooming roll?
Yeah, personal grooming roll. While we wait, it's 10 minutes. It's gonna help me pass the 10 minutes.
Speaking of passing 10 minutes, my character's gonna look at Daphne, who I don't even know he knows the name of because she's never had her name actually said aloud. Just gonna look at her and point at her like, you, what's your name?
She says, Pharaoh.
Right. Miss Farrow. Show me your hand, please.
Oh, right. She offers her hand.
I ain't got the time to fix this up proper, but this anesthetic's gonna wear off if I don't reapply it.
I appreciate it. Thanks, Doc.
Mm-hmm. In before one!
On personal grooming.
What'd you roll on personal grooming?
19.
Nice. What's your personal grooming?
It's a total of 11, but I think I put like 5 points in it. Hold on, let me look and tell you.
Yeah.
6. I put 6 in it. Nope, that's persuasion. Sorry, personal grooming I put 3. It's a total of 11.
Okay. You have 3 points that you can allocate to social skills if you like.
Sweet. That's all.
Social
empathy
skills or-
yeah.
Bribery, conversation, interrogation, persuasion, and trading.
We don't have interrogation. Oh, we do have interrogation. Oh, cool. I didn't put any points in interrogation.
Conversation might be a good one to like buff.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do right now. So temp buff conversation with
Or
3.
persuasion. I mean, it's up to you.
We were thinking about local VR arcades, right?
Mhm.
Where we could go and track something down. I want to see if I know of any that are nearby.
Persuasion, actually. Let me do persuasion. So persuasion is temporarily 9.
What's your total? You rolling local knowledge?
Yeah, local expert.
Okay. And your
Hey,
total?
Doc.
16.
How can I assist you?
16.
Are you doing the quick fix or are you doing actual the 4-hour fix?
Quick fix. Because it sounds like
Quick fix.
everyone's gonna just, like, pack up and move real quick here.
So there is a place called the Grid in central Lakewood, just around this area. It's a VR arcade that you've seen around town.
Okay. Yeah, so I will mention that to the group. It's maybe 5-10 minutes by car, I assume. It's pretty close.
Yeah, it's pretty
Okay.
close.
And I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say. So I announced that to the group. I was like, "Hey, if we're looking for a VR place, there's a place called the Grid. It's maybe about 5-10 minutes from here." I know the guy who runs it. His name is Sal.
So,
I want to roll local knowledge for a really good restaurant that I can go and get quick food at.
Really good?
Yeah, really good. Enough to give me +1 on my body roll. Because whenever you're fat and happy, you're happy.
It sounds like you want drugs or
I am
surgery.
I'm Southern. If it's
Food
got
is a
butter in
drug.
it, it's drugs.
Yeah, you guys are getting hungry also again. It is coming towards dinner time. Except for, what's it called? I think Spoon actually ate before he came over.
I rolled a 10. 10
I
total.
would have ate before I left.
10 total?
Yep.
Well, there's definitely a fucking Vitalicek's breakfast and borscht not far from here.
Vitalicek. That's
Yep.
the best.
Alright, I'm gonna go get some borscht then. You guys want anything? My treat?
I mean, y'all want to just stop by on the way? This is almost done running.
Yeah, that's fine. My treat.
All right, so I'm just gonna hold out.
Yeah,
and-
it'll stop while you guys are on the way or whatever. Unless you're gonna go. Well, you only have one car in this group right now, anyways.
So this could actively run. Like as long as I have the jacket. Well, I guess it's more the geo thing. As long as I have that part and these together, it can.
Yeah,
trace it,
you
correct?
can take it on the move. Yeah, you
Okay,
got the tech
cool,
scanner,
cool.
you got a jacket, you're mobile.
Then for sure, let's go. Let's skiddly do.
Alright.
So you're making your way over to the grid.
Yep. I sent a
Okay,
thought
cool.
to the car and start the AC. But before we go to the grid, we gotta go through the drive-thru and get some Russian food.
You got a 4-seater, right? Or 5? Something like that.
It'll seat 5. You could probably put 6 in
Here,
there.
I want to do this just for like the meantime. Let's take your player icon and put him out here in the center of the battle map, so I know who's where. Please put Daphne, and if you have Gabrielle, throw her out there as well. I know they're in the scene. We are missing Spoon.
Say what?
We
Is
missed
your
you.
guy out here? Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, there he is.
He's such a great filler. In the Fire Nation.
All right, so we have entirely too many fucking people for the Jimbo's car. Unless you want to do it AC Turnbull style and ride on the hood and
People hanging
shit.
off the sides.
People hanging off the sides, swinging 2x4s around.
Well, I'm gonna look down at Daphne's hand and persuade her to stay back. Honey, you're no good to us with a busted up hand.
She nods.
And
Again.
Gabby, you know, I'll contact you on the agent if we've got any questions, but you probably need to lay low too, and I'll feel a lot better if you've got Daphne nearby.
Gabrielle nods. Daphne says, I guess we'll just stay here then. Wait till you give us a call.
You know it, sweetheart, and I'm gonna kiss her on the cheek.
Okay. You see her smile, and she says, I want more than that.
And then I give her a deep, deep kiss.
Grab her by the.
I ain't that
Gabrielle,
Where are we going now?
Borscht.
Cyber.
yeah, Gabrielle turns as the two of them are making out, and she kind of makes the expression where she makes her eyes go wide, like, "Whoo, boy, okay, enough of that."
That's some real love, right there, standing the
When I-
test of time.
When
That's
I'm
very
done,
much
I'm gonna
nice.
shoot finger guns at Gabrielle.
Just lust.
She she just kind of shakes her head and smiles.
Yeah, I wanted to talk to you about the ground car thing because once again, it's something in the book that's I think is stupid.
Sure. What's up?
So the compact ground car in the manual says that it seats 4, but in the smallest cars I've ever been in, like if you had a Honda Civic, you could still put 5 motherfuckers in that thing.
Yeah, sure. I mean, you can squeeze people into a vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seats for comfortably.
I mean, I am Mexican after all.
I just think about my car and how small that is, and I was like, you could fit 5 pretty small people in that car.
Yeah, you got a really small car.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a Pontiac Sunfire in high school, and
Little tiny
was
baby car.
I was able to put 5 people in it.
Well, but
Keep
those
this
were
shit
high
up,
school
fucking-
It's
kids.
definitely a card made for Japos.
Hmm.
We keep this shit up. Fucking Jim was gonna have to get a battle limo.
Oh no, I'm getting a helicopter.
Just get a
Jimbo
clown
dreams
car,
of-
man.
Jimbo dreams of flying.
Just got a clown car, my man.
Just 7 people come rolling up, just pile out. Yo, we need to rent some equipment. What you got?
I don't know where we're gonna put it all, but we're gonna do it.
All right, so we're heading to get Russian food. Yeah.
Yep.
Yup.
5 plates of 5 bowls of borscht to go.
Oh, hold on 1 second.
You're paying, right?
I am paying.
All right, cool.
I got- I
apparently-
have $50 to my name.
Oh,
Oh.
nice.
Apparently.
I'm
Okay,
getting
there we go.
Blenny. Blenny for everybody. I just looked up a Russian fast food thing on Wikipedia.
Oh, it's like that's like pancakes.
And they're
I also
stuffed with
looked up-
stuff.
Yes, I also looked up that to be able to sufficiently determine. Hell yeah.
And this Blenny
All right.
actually looks legit. So how much would that be?
What are you
5
buying? Blinny
orders
for everyone?
Yep,
5 orders of Blinny? We'll call it $9 an order.
Okay.
9 times
Damn. Okay. 40, 45.
I'll catch you back up on this, Jimbo. I promise, my man.
No worries, my dude.
He's like, you're gonna owe me for Chew too, so.
I'm a little tight on cash.
Oh no, Chew is provided by the
Are you-
family.
Are you guys going through the drive-through, or are you guys gonna sit down and eat?
No, it's
The
good.
drive-through.
Drive-through, yeah.
We got shit
Fucking.
to do.
Okay, so you
Hey, please
go through
stop.
the drive-through, and there is a Slavic-looking statue that's wearing fucking, as pronounced in Russian, Adidas. That is Slav squatting, and that's where you order into his bling. He's got his hands out.
I love it. I fucking love it.
You talk into his bling, and that's how you order at Vitalicek's.
I ordered
Dude, I
5.
fucking love it. The 3 stripes and everything. Oh, it's
Yep.
I
the thing
ordered.
I've always loved about the Slavs.
I
They're
ordered-
fast.
Vitalicek there is probably 8 feet tall if the fucking statue were to raise
Stand
up
up.
like kind of like Bob's Big Boy style, but it's Slav squatting, so it's like car level.
So it's like, you know, yeah, it's car level. Yeah.
Whenever I get up to the thing, I'll order 5 cheeky breakies.
Okay, you order the cheeky breaky special.
I love this so much.
You can hear the sound of old style Russian hard bass coming from the inside of the Vitalicek's breakfast or bed and borscht. That's what it's called.
I was about to ask.
Yeah, it's on my corporations list.
The way.
You pick up. Yep. You pick up your orders, and you guys.
Get
Right
on
about
our
the
way.
time you guys get the order, you guys, or I should say, Fuse, the tech scanner is reading done, and below it, it says that the address is an address that matches a place called the Vixen.
The Vixen?
Vixen nightclub.
Yep.
Yeah, I know all about the Vixen nightclub.
Yeah, so then you
No,
know
actually-
the metaverse, right? That it's not. I mean, I guess it's both in the real world and in the metaverse.
Just
right?
all the girls look better in the metaverse.
Well,
You
it
guys
depends on
don't
how
have
good the
to roll.
rendering is.
You guys don't have to roll, but the Vixen is one of the biggest like nightclubs in Los Angeles. Its physical presence, anyways. Like international bands play there. It's huge. Think about it as being like Studio 54, as far as its notoriety. It also has a virtual reality presence. I don't know if I've told you guys about this. Have I told you about this? This
No.
fucking music, dude.
Yeah.
So you
Well,
guys
we're
are
at
sitting
the-
there
we're at
in the
the
parking
place.
lot of the Vitalicheks, like, as you're figuring this out. Anyways, the Vixen is also one of the first places that had a presence on the metaverse when the metaverse came up. The first, like, business to integrate. So what happens is they have people that, like, could be in, like, Kazakhstan or, you know, anywhere, who plug in through virtual reality and go to the metaverse, to the strip, to the main area where the Vixen is, and once they're allowed in, they pay their admission to go in. They can see shows like in real time of like the artists that are playing at the Vixen in Los Angeles that night. As they're there, their virtual personas are actually projected inside the physical nightclub in Los Angeles. Not projected, but they're there if you have augmented reality. So this actually ended up like helping a lot of like criminal element organize things. This type of technology, as like someone can go there in VR and meet up with a client who's in physical reality, and they can communicate via augmented reality, the kind of the barrier between the two worlds, you know. But the Vixen is basically like I don't know, whatever the most famous nightclub you can think of.
So it's the hottest spot in Los Angeles.
Yeah, it's an executive level place. Actually getting in there in physical person is incredibly difficult because it's so exclusive. It's a kind of place with multiple AV fucking landings on the roof. You know, if you're the type of person that get in there, you can like hang out with the sports stars and like billionaires, oligarchs, criminal underworld. It is the hottest place.
Yo, Complex. It's saying that we're heading to some place called the Vixen. You know anything about it? You get in there or know somebody that can get us in?
The Vixen, you say? Have I ever been there myself? Can't say I have.
You've been
I am
outside of the
trying to
Vixen.
get in.
Would-
You've
Tell
driven
you
past
right
the
now, I'm
Vixen.
working my way up to the Vixen.
Wouldn't we have better luck if we actually had to get into Vixen? Wouldn't we have better luck getting in through VR than in real life?
Absolutely,
I'm sorry, not
it's
VR.
way
through
easier.
the metaverse.
Yeah, in
So-
VR.
VR.
That's why.
Vixen
So
pays the big
VR,
bucks.
we go to the grid, and we just can pop right in. Now the
Yep.
question is, what are we looking for once we get in there? Because the IP address, the location is just to the place, right?
Well,
what?
I guess we could probably ask some people inside the club if they knew Goodwin or not.
I'm personally against that. Asking anyone
Yeah,
inside
that
that club
sounds
if they
like
know
not.
Goodwin.
The
Yeah,
only
you
other
could-
thing I could think of is using the motion tracking stuff to try to find out if there was a place that she routinely went to every single time she went to Vixen, and that could be a physical drop location.
Well, I mean,
It's pretty well. I mean, it's pretty
Or
unlikely that even she got into the Vixen.
I also appreciate it if you stop scuffing my fucking sneakers. Thank you.
all right, dude. Like, it's tight.
There's
Yeah,
although
no,
I
but
guess
take your
actually
shoes off, put 'em
you
on
could
your
rule that
fucking
out by
hand.
following the jacket's geo tracker.
So let's start with the geo tracker first thing. Like, let's just like see where it's gonna lead us to. Like, we can try to view what, you know, what she did of the recent like 24 hours, 48 hours, I guess. And then if we get anything on that, we can follow it. And if we don't, then like, you know, try to see if we can like go into that area and virtually, obviously, and like look around. Maybe there'll be something that'll stand out to us. 'Cause
I don't have an NPC here, so
Okay, so we're pulling up to the.
We're going to the VR
The grid?
place like we originally planned.
place.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
I mean that's
That's
it's
what I
already
was-
really close.
No,
so,
that's
yeah.
what I was talking about doing. Is
Okay. You pull up to the grid at about 6 o'clock, and you can see outside the big neon sign for the grid. There is a like kind of black background and a big neon like grid on it. You know, the kind of thing you see in like outrun videos, with like a neon like geometric mountainscape behind it and a big giant fucking outrun looking sun above it. Outside you can see what look like oh wait, no, you're not wearing AR. Come on. Unless somebody's actually wearing it, but I think you're just traveling with them, so.
Only one
So you
man
guys
owns
are-
it.
I'm gonna find a place to park the car.
Okay. You find a I mean, there's nowhere secure around here unless you want to go for a little ways to find like a parking structure, but
I mean, my car's secure. It had to be to get the sleeping quarters.
well, I mean,
Mostly secure.
anything can be stolen, man.
I'm not
But yeah,
leaving my
it's
car.
mostly secure.
Yeah, it's mostly secure. Like, it's better than a normal ground car, but if somebody really wants to steal it, they can. But trust me, I ain't leaving this son of a bitch.
If someone wants your tires, they'll get your fucking tires.
And if somebody
Well,
wants the tires, they're gonna have to
it's
go past
Cyberpunk.
Bertha once.
It's Cyberpunk. You're not in the combat zone per se, but I'm not giving you less than a 10% chance somebody might fuck with your car, so you
Oh,
might
yeah.
want to chill outside while they do their shit and just
That's
keep
what
your
I'm
eyes
gonna
on
do.
it.
I'm gonna sit on the hood.
All right, sounds good. The remaining four of you guys walk towards the front door, and you can smell from the distance kind of like the mixing of like wet concrete and Mountain Dew as you approach the as you
Yep.
approach. You know how you can smell the beer on the floor of the of like a
Of
bar.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
it's like
before
that
you
with
walk
Mountain
in.
Dew, and you're pretty sure that you can see Cheeto dust all over the handles of the.
You're
Oh,
making me actually shiver, dude. Stop it.
So you're saying it's just like a game shop. Like
It's a game shop
Yeah,
through
yeah.
and through.
So, in addition to that, you can see that there are a bunch of unattended, like teens outside. There looks to be a couple of hookers that
Hell
are soliciting the teens. They seem interested, but not exactly the type of clientele that has cash right now, since they spent it all on Warhammer minifigs. Games Workshop. Games Workshop has never
Oh.
been anything but a fucking gouging company, you know. So.
Correct.
Watch what you're saying right now. Stepping into personal
all of your
territory.
agents chime in that there is there's about a 35% chance of acid rain in your like vicinity this evening. So it's just giving you a warning, a heads up. Park your cars under shit. But you guys open the door to the arcade, and inside the grid you can hear the sounds of people shouting and like kids playing video games, loud arcade-like sounds.
Here,
Um,
please slap him.
All right. Essentially, you can see pods with people in them, like that are doing like brain dances. There's nothing short of a full bore like visual assault of light and sound as you walk into this place. You can see what looks like a probably 16-year-old, maybe 17-year-old male with kind of a spinach chin beard behind the wait. Behind the counter. As your group approaches, he says, Welcome to the grid. Can I get you something?
Yeah, we need a booth and 4 VR rigs.
A booth.
Yeah,
You mean a room?
Yeah. Because I like look over and there's like people like sitting like at a booth.
They're in like pods and stuff like that.
Okay,
There
gotcha.
are rooms for VR so that you can like stand up and like move around a little bit. You going full experience, or you going just willy nilly into the verse? I mean, you can do it. You know that what he means is you can do it with just a VR headset and some hand controls, or you can go like full rented haptic suit, omnidirectional treadmill, etc.
What's the cost difference?
Basically, a VR set is about $10 an hour. Or excuse me, it would be $10 for about 15 minutes.
Okay. But the full haptic is.
The full haptic is 25 for 15 minutes.
Okay, yeah. We'll be fine with
I-
just the normal.
Yeah, I think we can go baseline here. We
Yeah.
don't need too much.
Before you go any further, X, I want to roll perception and local knowledge. Perception for the scene and local knowledge to see if I can find a place that's got an overhang for me to park my car under.
Okay.
I'm going to do
Oh,
perception
super.
first. Oh my god.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice.
It's
We
dark
roll that
outside.
fail-zos.
Oh, could have been worse. Oh no, wait, that's a 7. Never mind.
Whoops.
It's real dark.
All
It
right,
could
so
be
it's
worse. It is
4,
worse.
5 minus 7. I rolled a 3 for my perception, so my head is buried in my agent. I'm looking at porn on future Reddit.
Nice.
And then local knowledge for like an overhang or for something me to park my car under. That would be a 10, I believe. No, 9.
A 9 total?
Yeah.
You're better off just driving around until you find something. You don't know anything right off the top of your head that fits the bill.
Okay. Well, if driving around or sitting out on the streets all the same,
Actually,
and acid rain.
that's not true. The closest place that you could go would be the fucking under the freeway. That I'll give you that on a 9. There's a
Okay.
freeway like right here that's fucking pretty big. That's very obvious. So I think a 9 probably would be good enough for that.
Okay. I'm gonna send them all a bump on their agents that said, "Hey, I'm gonna go park under the overpass. Knock me if you need me, and I can get there quickly."
Okay.
You all get notifications on your agents.
Copy.
Yeah.
And I amend. Sorry, I'm gonna amend the order or whatever for the 15 minutes. I'm not gonna take one. I'll be in the room there with you guys, but we'll just do 3. And is that cool? I like turn to.
Fine with me.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna go grab a brownie. I'll be back in a second.
So we
Okay.
take the 3, and I'm gonna step outside while they do that, and kind of like keep an eye out on the situation and make some phone calls and stuff.
Spoon?
Yeah.
Hilda alerts you that there is a custom skin for BattleTech for one of the mechs that you own that is based on, or it's basically swag for coming in person to the grid.
I'm back.
If you wanted, she can just add it to your roster.
Please do.
Okay, noted and downloaded. So who's
Right.
got the 3 VR headsets or sets?
I'll
I'll be one.
Yeah. So I'll take and pay for them. That's fine.
Sounds like we're down to me complex with use.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
All right, and you said you're going outside to keep an eye on the street?
Not
In
on
VR?
the street. Like no. Like I'm gonna let them go and do VR, and
Oh,
I'm
okay.
gonna go be like outside the pod.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna lie, X, when you said that, I just imagined Des walking outside with his goggles. Everything looks so real.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what kind of what I was thinking. Like, it's like what?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna basically be outside the pod while they go in.
Okay, but you are wearing the VR.
No, I'm not gonna be dropping into the net.
All right, we got 3 sets. Who's got one?
Yep.
Fuse.
Fuse has
I
one.
guess Complex has one.
Complex.
Archangel has one.
Okay, works.
No, I don't play many of these VR games. Do people really lose track of time very often in them?
It's easier than you think.
Yeah, probably.
X, will you let me know whenever the acid rain starts?
Yeah.
Oh, you'll know.
I mean, it's a 35% chance, so let's see if it even actually acid rains. Where's the percentile? This is not the roll. All right, lower than 35, and it acid rains this evening in this location.
Give.
That's that percentile?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so 0 on the
Okay,
percentile.
odd 7. It's gonna acid rain in this location.
Wow,
Okay.
You really got a 0 on the percentile? Oh shit.
Yep.
I did.
That's big money right
Odd
there.
7.
So it does acid rain?
Yeah, it's going to acid rain. Yeah.
Okay, when it starts, I want to use the noise to pull me out of browsing for porn on my agent to roll another perception check. Like, I glance
Okay.
up from it, it's like, holy shit, it's raining outside, and I use that to scan my surroundings. But until then, I am blissfully looking at Muff on my phone.
Very nice.
Oh yeah,
I-
percentile for 100, it's 10 and the 0 on the percentile.
Yeah. But I have to have an event. Like, to me, it makes sense that there has to be an event for me to perceive the scene in a new way. Something has to happen, a car horn, rain starting, something like that. That's my reasoning.
All right. So the 3 of you turn on your headsets and get guests signed into the net. The first thing that you guys notice is that you guys are in a loading area in VR. Similar to the Matrix, it's basically a white flashbang of a room. And you can see in the lower corners of your vision that it's currently loading the metaverse. And after a moment, you can hear wind start rushing, and then a few seconds later, you can see polygonal shapes begin to snap into existence and quickly populate over the course of about 2 seconds. A subway train, and soon you are standing in a subway train that is virtually real. It looks like something that might have come out of New York, subway. It seems to be patterned off of the New York subways.
Oh wow.
And
this is familiar.
you start to see other guests now, or not guests, but you see the 3 of you, as you look at each other, are using nondescript avatars, and currently your agents are asking if there are avatars that you want to use. Avatars typically cost money for the best ones, but you can just walk around as a silhouette. It just shows that you're a guest. Serious people do serious business on the metaverse, and it is a status symbol to have a avatar that is extremely hyper realistic or custom in some way. Looking around looking around the tram, you can see various other people popping into avatars. Many look like they're kind of
Are
real
you talking
cheap
about
Walmart ones.
the Clint's and Stacy's?
Something like Clint's and Stacy's. They're basically avatars that are
Generic.
generic, $5 Walmart bot, fucking avatars. You also see some people with more distinct avatars. One person is a anthropomorphic labradoodle, who seems to have put quite a bit of tech time into the hair.
Oh my
one
God,
person
furries have
seems
continued into the future.
Of course
Yep.
they have.
and one person seems to be just a storm cloud, in the area, just raining on the floor. And the rain is actually being populated in real time as it moves. It looks like actual rain, kind of like leaking towards the doors. And every time like he speaks to one of the Stacys that the rain cloud is talking to, you can hear like, or you can see like flashes of light within the rain cloud, and like a few seconds later you hear like thunder echo the voice. But after like maybe 10 seconds in the loading area, you come out, like the doors open and people filter out. You can see people coming out of the train. There's different stations, which you guys know are different like port locations that will take you to different branches, like different server groups for the metaverse. But right now you're on the main drag. Basically think about it as like the Las Vegas Strip. A strip that actually, unlike Las Vegas, just goes on into the horizon forever, because its space can, any space in the metaverse can be infinite. You step out onto the street. The street is a weird amalgamation of what looks like kind of plots of land, right? So like, essentially there are like all lined up different addresses that are all advertising their own businesses or playgrounds, whatever it happens to be. The place that you've happened to step out is not far from the Vixen, and like you can see what looks like a group of like corporate execs or something like that, people with expensive avatars, like hunting each other for sport in an office environment with like old 2000s era machine guns, in some sort of weird corporate team building exercise. Next to that, there seems to be some giant, like, cartoon pornographic playground that is not doing a very good job of concealing the sins of the flesh that are likely transpiring on the inside. And it goes kind of like this as you go along the strip. There are protocols on the strip to rein in people's avatars, or I should say in some of the playgrounds. So a certain place sets the parameters for all of the everything involved on the inside of their address, including gravity, if there is any weird physical anomalies, the maximum size an avatar can be, so that one person isn't just like Godzilla size and blowing up the entire like everybody's visual apparatus inside. But out on the street, there isn't really that sort of control to some degree. You can see some kind of kaiju like walking down the street, and like tendrils like kind of slithering about down to alleyways. Some user has a really large avatar. You can see other people like from popular like video game characters or comic books or movies. But everybody generally has, like, for the most part, mixed avatars displaying something about their personality, as you would see on the internet today, just kind of more in your face. So there you are, you're standing outside the ports, and you guys are in the metaverse.
You can see each other.
I posted my fucking character's avatar.
Okay, you gonna post the fucking Battletech skin?
Yep, I'm basically walking around as a vaguely human-sized marauder.
Okay, you're a vaguely human-sized marauder. You have a grid skin, so you have like this total outrun pattern on the outside of the marauder.
What is
We
an
can
outrun
see each
pattern?
other, right? Like, as far as
Yeah,
like,
you can see each other. The two of you who don't have avatars are just black and white, or just black silhouettes.
I'm cool with that. I'll roll with that. I'm just here for fast business.
There's a lot of other people out there that are, like that as well.
All right, so we're here together. Now we need to get over to
The Vixen.
the Vixen. So are you able to, you have to actually like physically move yourself in this like virtual space, or can you just like be like, all right, this is where I want to go, and then whoop?
You can physically move, or you can actually just teleport. Like, you essentially just type in the IP, and you'll be outside the property.
Okay, that's what I'm going to do then. And I'm going to type the IP that I got off of the scanner.
Okay.
And then can we like,
You type the
I'm going to
IP
invite
and
everybody into a party.
Okay. Each of you gets a notification via your agent.
I
So
will
do you wish to
accept.
join this group? Okay.
Except
I imagine it looks
party
like
up?
my character's fucking arm just like whirls around and hits it.
Yeah.
All right. So now that I've big brained us all together, I'm going to teleport us over to the Vixen.
Sounds good.
Beep, beep,
All right,
boop.
you plug in the address for the Vixen, and soon you are standing in the VR equivalent of Manhattan's Times Square. Avatars are everywhere, all over the place. There are huge properties that are old as basically the metaverse itself. There are floating advertisements. There are people that are trying to like sell product through the net all over the place. Like basically scalpers and fucking everything you can name is generally in this area. And of course, it's like a cartoonish assortment of people. Across the street, you can see a guy with an afro that's like basically made out of the sun, and it's massive. Just shit like that. But the facade of the Vixen is a relatively unassuming, like kind of real-looking building. The difference about it is that there are like, of course, VR models and stuff that are all like playing on repeat, and the main picture is the picture of like female lips that are glossed with lip gloss to the point where they have like a reflective sheen on them, in that kind of pouty face with some slightly exposed teeth tugging at one end of the lip line as if biting the lip. All around you can see like VR dancers outside, and you can hear like they've actually which is, I should say that this is somewhat uncommon for the verse, any of you who've been here before. They're actually able to project sound out onto the strip in front of them. So you can hear what sounds like a band that's possibly playing right now, or it might be a pre-record. The Vixen has shows, whether they be in real space or VR, just about every night. It's kind of a catchy, like hammering tune. You guys are outside. You can see the front gate or the front doors of the Vixen. You can see there's some sort of like woman in like let's say like lingerie, like standing outside in place of what would be like a doorman.
So there's not about like an actual like black suited bouncer standing out there, right?
It doesn't need to be. I mean,
They just have to not let you in.
Or
Yeah,
what if
I
you don't
mean,
want the like cyber nerds getting in? Lol.
you just fucking like kick them out. You
Yeah, you could just.
just kick them.
Valid enough.
Just fucking banhammer them.
Okay. I guess we'll approach.
You see people like walking in and out of the establishment. The doors work like they do in real life, and like a lot of other places that you've seen, like around when you jumped out. Like you basically just walk up to the front of the property and disappear into them. Some of the cheaper places, but this building seems to be almost like a perfect 3D representation of the Santa Monica-based Vixen. You approach the woman. She says, "Greetings, gentlemen. 3?"
3.
Okay. Let me see. Let me look at my list. It says admittance tonight is $25 a person.
Very well.
My
You guys got
character will
yourself?
pony up $25 for himself.
Yeah, I'll pony up my 25 as well.
All right. Yikes. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I
Earth is expensive.
kidding.
I'm feeling like
Being
shit
alive
right
is
now.
expensive.
Imagine living on $25 a month. Now imagine being me. That's me.
Wowie, wow.
All right. We'll make our way in after
Oh man,
giving our internet monies to this e-thought.
Can we pause here?
Yeah, what's up?
I'm not feeling so great. Like it is just a wave of nausea and a migraine just hitting me all at once.
Oh,
Must be
yeah?
the second COVID shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, dog,
It
you
is
alright?
probably my second COVID shot. I got
Did
it
you just get your
Sunday.
shot?
Yeah, I got it Sunday.
I
It'd
don't
be
think
weird
it's a
for it to hit
COVID
me
shot.
now, but it's like, Jesus Christ.
If you're not feeling good, dude, we can stop.
Are you
Yeah,
okay?
it's not. Yeah, no, I'm not feeling great. I went to the bathroom just now, and like I had to stand there for a minute after pissing. Like, yo, why do I feel so lightheaded and like shit at the moment?
Dante, if you ruin my chance for internet titties because of not feeling good, I'll never forgive you.
All right, Hawk, I'll tough it out just for you and your internet.
No,
titties,
I'm
you piece
kidding.
of shit.
I'm not.
Go
I'm
put
not
your
serious.
go put your black Reeboks on.
This is not a Black Reeboks moment, you piece of garbage. I hate you.
No, you don't. You love me, Dante. You'd let me
No,
sleep
sick
on your
Dante,
couch.
sick Dante can't handle you.
You'd let me hug your mama.
Well, it's cool
Ugh.
if we need to
Yeah,
pack
I need
this
a- I
up
need a
right now.
break.
Let me know.
I need a break. Yeah, I can't. I don't know if I can hold out. Like I'm really trying here, and it's getting worse.
All right.
All right.
Well, then let's get together on Thursday, and we'll pick it up from here.
All right. Dante, I hope you feel better.
Yeah, man, feel better.
Dante,
go
feel
lay down.
better? Get a cold washcloth.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I'm about to go take a cold shower and just lay down.
Please
When was the last
attention.
time you? When was the last time you went to a doctor, Dante?
Normally I am a man of perfect health and thing, so not since 2 years ago. And it
Might be
was like
time
a
for
required
checkup.
checkup. Yeah, it's a required checkup for my my health insurance. That's the last time I went.
Good news, I got a doctor right here.
Boom.
All right. Get to working on him right now, Doc. Let's go.
Yep, quick fix
Check
him,
it.
Spoon. Let's go. Roll.
Dante, if you have any Tums or anything like that, it might be worth taking.
Oh,
Hey, look at
you
that.
fixed. You fixed Dante.
Stay in.
Also, and it helps me when I'm nauseous with migraines. Is I put a little bit of baking soda in the bottom of a glass, fill it with warm water, and once it's dissolved, I add a couple of ice cubes to it to make it cold, and then I just chug it.
Yeah, actually, I was just was gonna do. I was gonna
Baking
do
soda?
Tylenol and
Baking soda.
just some water and chug.
Yeah, baking soda.
Just
It
lay down
neutralizes
with a
your
cold
stomach.
rag.
Yeah, neutralizes the stomach acid and kind of it can ease an upset stomach.
Oh, like in
No.
replace of Tums? Or
If you don't
Like
have Tums, most people
Oh.
have baking soda in their house.
gotcha.
You know what the real fix is, boys? It's kimchi.
Yep.
Ooh,
Yep.
that sounds fantastic.
I've heard
Dude,
that. I've heard
Kimchi, it's a fermented food, and
User
so like
disconnected from your
it's
channel.
perfect for your gut biome. And like, I've had some like both Molly and I have had some fucking pretty fucking awful indigestion. You take like a bite of kimchi, it's like a forkful, and
I've
it's
heard
like
that kimchi
instant
is
relief.
the Korean 7-Up.
Yeah,
Well, it's
fucking love it.
fermented, so I mean, it's
It's
I only
tasty
drink
and it
7-Up.
is so good for your stomach.
I only drink 7-Up when I'm sick.
same, brother.
Gotcha. Then yes. It
well,
is
you don't
that.
drink kimchi, so I mean, you got room there.
I
I'll
have
tell you-
never tried kimchi, but I want to.
Oh,
There at the University of Houston, when I was going there, they had this thing that was called Korean Tex, and it was literally like a mix between like Korean cuisines and,
and
like Texas
Tex-Mex.
cuisine. So they
Ooh.
would have like
sounds good.
a stuffed Korean potato. So like imagine like a stuffed baked potato, right? But they would
Yeah.
do so they would do a normal potato, then they would take brisket, kimchi, a fried egg,
Oh,
and then
That sounds
like
pretty
some kind of
baller.
sauce. I don't even know what it is. Like it wasn't like a soy sauce, but it was like kind of salty that way.
Has probably Korean barbecue sauce, and that sounds goddamn amazing.
Yeah, it
That
probably
sounds
was.
fucking
Honestly, it was so like it was the best 2:30 a.m.
Yep.
like food when you're like, okay, I've got to be ready for this test tomorrow,
Well, fuck,
and I'm
man.
so
now
hungry.
I just want to go have Korean barbecue.
right?
Honestly,
Dude, Korean barbecue's the shit.
I
Wait,
have,
wait. How have you had Korean barbecue, but you've never had kimchi?
I didn't
mean,
eat
they've
it while I
have-
was there.
They have other stuff other than kimchi and Korean barbecue.
The Korean
No,
barbecue
but,
joint
like,
that I went to in
the-
Chicago was the kind of place where they brought out all the raw
Not
meats
local.
and you cooked it on the
Yeah, so they didn't bring out the gajillion plates of stuff and the
Well-
like tiny bowls.
they brought all of the stuff out and then they had the griddle in the center of the table and you cooked it yourself.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, but like,
I didn't know
So-
what the kimchi was and I didn't
Oh.
try it while I was there. Yeah.
Oh,
I went
okay.
with
Yeah, I
a
was gonna
tech
say-
rep. I was there for
I got you.
a conference.
So
So you
kimchi is
could've
pretty
had
common in a lot of
yeah.
Korean dishes. So
Yeah. And I remember eating the barbecue and getting fucked up on soju.
Oh yeah, soju will fuck you up. Yeah, because it's the what was it? Because
Sweet
sake
potatoes.
is like rice wine, but then like
Yeah.
soju is like rice liquor.
Yeah. And that's what
It's
they
like
told
rice
me. It's like
whiskey.
he's
Yeah,
like I drank that
fucking-
entire bottle, and then when I stood up, I was like, "Who flipped the gravity around?"
Uh-huh.
Oh,
And then because I was stupid, I drove.
Ooh.
Yeah. I don't know how I
Yeah.
made it back to my hotel.
I'm
Okay.
glad you're alive, but that's a dumb
I was
move.
like,
It
you
was.
actually didn't. That's the thing. It's like you're actually dead, and we're
Yeah.
all just in the afterlife.
Like I
for
got back to
similar
my
dumb
hotel
decisions.
and sat down, and then all of a sudden the world was spinning, and I was like, "That was stupid." That was the last. That's the last time I ever did it. Was then. That was all the way back in 2008.
Back when the cows roam free.
But it's one of those, it's one of those moments where you look back on it and like you suffered no ill consequence, but you should have. Like you even are like pissed at yourself because you didn't get caught because you should have been. That kind of thing. Like I looked back at that and I was like, that was probably the dumbest thing I think I've ever done.
yeah.
I've done a lot of dumb shit, and that was probably the worst. Damn, I really hope Dante's okay. But you know that like wave of nausea thing? Me, Hawk,
It's-
and Tanaka all had that like a month ago. Where you're just
After your
sitting
second
there.
shot.
No, for me it
No,
was
I wasn't
before
even
my
shot.
first second shot. Yeah,
I've not
It's
even
just-
been vaccinated. It was just something just rolled through. I was just like, "Whoa."
yeah. Like one day I was just sitting at my computer typing an essay, and I kind of stopped and was staring out the window, and then all of a sudden it was just I got a cold sweat, and my stomach got upset, and it was like real fast, like less than a minute. All of a sudden I was like, oh man, I feel terrible. I was all clammy and ugh.
Man, I'm going to say it. I'm fucking super lucky. I have never had a fucking migraine. I don't know what they're like.
Yeah, you're lucky.
Yeah.
As far as I know, I've never had one, but I know whatever that wave of like massive nausea, it's like migraines. It seems like they have a lot of like sensitivities that come with them. Like, so you have a nausea and then like a light sensitivity or a sound sensitivity, like some kind of.
Yeah, mine is light and temperature.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's some kind of like physical sensitivity to something that makes you super
usually
uncomfortable.
some sort of trigger. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Mine's
have-
Yeah,
pressure.
I didn't even know. Like a good friend of mine, he had migraines for years, and I like didn't even understand it. And every time I would hit him up to like hang out or something, he'd be like, "Oh no, I can't. Like I have a migraine," and I'd be like, "Dude, like
It's
come
just a
on."
bad headache.
Right, like I didn't know, and it wasn't
Mhm.
until I had actually started living with my now wife, and she like messaged me about how she was getting the like halo effect and like tunnel vision and all this stuff, and then she came home and she was like just like dead to the world, and I was like,
Mhm.
oh.
I've learned how to function through mine, but I don't talk a whole bunch, and it's almost like I'm hungover. Like I just leave
Right.
me alone. I can do it. Like if I have to work, I can, but leave me alone.
Like the most minimal amount of input that you
Mhm.
can do just to continue.
It takes a bunch of effort just to focus on not wanting to fucking die.